You think you know love until you marry the wrong twin. I thought I was marrying the perfect man, tall, handsome, and noble. But on our wedding night, everything changed. He looked at me like I had betrayed him, and what followed was years of torment I could never escape. And the worst part? I wasn't even married to the right brother. This is my story. Because of the heat poison that runs in the Ning family bloodline, once a Ning man gives himself to a woman for the first time, he can only rely on her for the rest of his life to suppress the poison. So when Ning Yan came to propose, I agreed without a second thought. What I never expected was that on our wedding night, he discovered that I was no longer a virgin, and instead of understanding, he humiliated me in every possible way. For years afterward, whenever we were in bed, he would force me to tell him who that man had been. You two-faced, despicable woman. You ruined my entire life. I felt utterly wronged. Back then, it was clearly him who clung to me, begging for intimacy, promising that when he came to propose, I absolutely had to say yes. So, why was he refusing to acknowledge it now? It wasn't until today, when the Ning family's gravely ill younger son returned, who turned out to be Ning Yan's twin, that everything finally made sense. So it really wasn't that I'd been falsely accused after all.
1.
There was a rumor that the Ning family's ancestor had been a notorious heartbreaker, handsome, talented, and utterly shameless. Over his lifetime, he wronged countless women and never once felt remorse. Later, he provoked a woman who lived beyond the secular world and sweet-talked her into falling for him as well. What he didn't know was that she truly had extraordinary powers. She placed a bloodline curse on him and became the Ning family's founding matriarch. From then on, every Ning man was born with heat poison. No matter how good-looking or gifted he was, he could only rely on one woman in his lifetime to neutralize it. That was why they had no choice but to remain chaste and choose their partner with extreme care. I was the wife carefully selected by the Ning family's eldest young master, Ning Yan. On the day the Ning family came to propose, every unmarried woman in the capital was green with envy. Even my own mother, who complained daily that I'd never amount to anything, said I was incredibly lucky. At the time, I thought so too. Ning Yan wasn't just handsome. He kept his word. He said he would come to propose that night, and in less than half a month he really did. But what I never imagined was that on our wedding night, after we consummated the marriage, Ning Yan seemed to turn into a completely different person. You're not a virgin? I froze. I didn't quite understand what he meant. Hadn't I already been with him? Of course not. What are you even talking about? Ning Yan looked as if he'd been struck by lightning. You. Ignoring the tenderness from just moments ago, he shoved me aside and muttered blankly to himself, I guarded myself for so many years, and I ended up giving it to a woman like you. I didn't know what exactly had gone wrong, but I could tell that he was furious with me. Husband? Ning Yan suddenly sprang to his feet and forbade me from touching him again, even the hem of his clothes. Shen Lingyu, I never thought you were this kind of woman. Looks like I really misjudged you. On our wedding night, he abandoned me coldly. Yet on the 7th day, he came back on his own. Late at night, he climbed through the window into my room, disheveled, and dropped to his knees beside my bed. You, save me. He clutched my wrist tightly. His entire body was burning hot, and he rubbed against me like a desperate dog. I'm begging you. Seeing him like that reminded me of the first time we met. It was unbearably tempting. I'm not one to hold grudges, so I saved him. But once he recovered, he turned on me again. If it weren't for my illness, I wouldn't even want to touch you. I stared at him in a daze, then pulled up the quilt to cover myself. He sounded completely serious. Serious about not liking me. Understood, I said. He paused slightly, turned his face away, and fell silent. But Ning Yan's body didn't listen to him. No matter how much he despised me or hated me, when the time came, he still came to me. And I was spineless. Every time I saw that pitiful look of his, I forgave him again and again. As time went on, Ning Yan seemed to come to terms with it. He stopped waiting for the poison to flare up and would come whenever he wanted. He said it was my duty as his wife. I didn't argue, but in bed, he would always press me, demanding, "Who is your first man?" I didn't even have the energy to think about it. "It was you." I looked straight at his face and said honestly, "I've only ever been with you." It was the dead of winter back then. I was in a temple in Jiangnan, offering candles before the Buddha. Outside the threshold, snow fell thick and fast. Out of nowhere, a young master stumbled into the hall, disheveled, and knelt before me, begging me to save his life. He gave his name, saying he was from the Ning family of the capital, and promised that he would come to propose in the future. "Miss, you must know that the Ning family bloodline is special. If you save me, I'll belong to you for the rest of my life." In the middle of the night, under dim candlelight, a beautiful and devoted man crawling toward you. He was either a ghost or a god. I hesitated, but he clutched the ribbon of my skirt and looked up at me with utter devotion. "Miss, saving one life is worth more than lighting 10,000 candles before the Buddha." What I prayed to the Buddha for was a good marriage. So I gave myself to save him. Yet when Ning Yan came to propose, he despised me for being unchaste. "Me?" Ning Yan pinched my chin and said with a half-smile, "My wife's heart is truly cold. Even after being married to me for years, you still won't say who your lover was." I felt unbearably wronged. Had he forgotten that night, or was he simply refusing to admit it, just to humiliate me? "Ning Yan, if you won't acknowledge it, then forget it." "You still want me to admit it?" He grew even angrier, gripping my cheeks hard. "I gave myself to you clean and whole, and I'll only ever have you. And you? You just have to close your eyes to think of someone else." He was completely unreasonable. I was thinking of the past, but that person had been him. Eventually, I got so tired of being questioned that I stopped explaining and let him believe whatever he wanted. Ning Yan became even more unpredictable. Sometimes he was furious and resentful. "I wanted to find someone who loved me and live a good life together, and you ruined everything." Sometimes he was self-destructive. "Don't ever touch me again. I might as well die." "You'd love that, wouldn't you? Then you could relive your old romance." Sometimes he was paranoid. "Who is it? A servant? A guard? The stable hand? You even went to Jiangnan. Was it some handsome monk?" "Say it." "Why won't you say it?" I felt like either he or I was going to go insane sooner or later. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. "If that's the case, let's divorce." The man who had been raging just moments ago went completely still. "What did you say, divorce?" Ning Yan stared at me in shock, his eyes gradually reddening. "You want to divorce me. Isn't that the same as telling me to die?" Only then did I realize something. No matter how dramatic and troublesome Ning Yan was, he couldn't leave me. But the words were already out, and I didn't know how to take them back. I was about to apologize. But Ning Yan pressed a finger to my lips, as if afraid I'd say something else. "I was wrong." He lowered his head, his voice subdued, as though the words were hard to speak. "I won't do it again. Please don't divorce me." Reluctantly, word by word, he said, "I'm begging you. Forgive me." I had nothing to say. I even felt a little sorry for him. Aside from that inexplicable loss of memory, he was actually a good man. Ning Yan put aside his pride and treated me well for several days. Then, for some reason, something in him snapped again. One night, he suddenly held me tightly and refused to let go. "Hey you, let's have a child." I felt that his motive for having a child wasn't exactly pure. "Your illness already can't do without me. How would I even have time to bear a child?" Ning Yan leaned in and kissed me. "It's fine. It's just 10 months. I can endure it." His family's illness was hereditary. When it flared up, his heart raced, his organs felt like they were burning, and the pain was unbearable. If he couldn't find that woman, he had to endure it raw. And if he touched another woman at that time, not only would the symptoms not ease, his skin would feel as if it were being pricked by needles. It was said that because of this, the Ning family ancestor had once hated the founding matriarch to the extreme. But later generations of the Ning family were deeply grateful to her. While my body is still holding up, we should have a child. If we wait until later, I won't be able to endure the illness anymore. I was still hesitating. Ning Yan leaned close to my ear, coaxing me pitifully. You, do you not want to give me a child? I gave myself to you clean and whole. Can't you give something back to me?
2.
He had married me properly, with full rights. Wanting a child was hardly an unreasonable request. So I agreed. Unfortunately, the child we had was a son. Ning Yan said in disappointment, another money loser. Not long after I finished my confinement, he sent our son to be raised by his mother. Before the sky had even darkened, he had already dragged me back into bed. He truly missed me to the point of obsession. I noticed the red marks around his wrist, as if it had been tightly bound. He must have suffered quite a bit. Does it still hurt? It hurts, and you didn't even come to see me. I really thought I was going to die. He was exaggerating. All the Ning family physicians were well-versed in this hereditary illness. They couldn't ease the pain completely, but they could ensure he wouldn't die. His grandfather and father had both survived the same ordeal. Even so, I gathered my courage and said, you won't die. And if you really were dying, I would definitely save you. Ning Yan froze for a moment, pulled his wrist back, and said somewhat awkwardly, then if both I and that adulterer were in danger at the same time, who would you save? I laughed and pushed him away. Your old problem is acting up again? Why bring this up now? But Ning Yan's face was blank. He didn't move at all. After a long while, he said in a low voice, so even saying save me is too much? I was taken aback. Ning Yan grabbed both my hands and pressed me down onto the bed. Just how much did you like that bastard, to let him climb into your bed? This man was truly mercurial. Ning Yan, you can really turn hostile in an instant. He narrowed his eyes slightly. I'm not turning hostile. Yet his grip only tightened. I'm just lowering myself to beg you, begging you to tell your pitiful husband who it was that seduced you into throwing yourself at him. Why are you still protecting him? He was so close that there was barely any distance between us. You, honesty will be rewarded. Take me to kill that man, and I'll never be angry with you again. I felt wrong too, my eyes reddening. I've already told you it was you. Why do you have to torment me like this? Seeing my expression, Ning Yan loosened his grip. You're the one tormenting me. I sat up and swore to the heavens. Shen Lingyu, swear here and now, if I've ever had another man besides you, may heaven strike me down with thunder. Before I could finish, thunder roared across the sky. I was so frightened that I didn't dare continue. I hurriedly burrowed into Ning Yan's arms. Why is even heaven wronging me? He sighed softly and lowered his head to hold me. What I said was true. Even though I knew I hadn't done anything wrong, it still felt bitter. Then how about I kiss you a little and you stop being angry with me? Ning Yan lowered his gaze to look at me and couldn't help letting out a soft laugh. You really are a wicked woman, pretty good at coaxing people. The two of us didn't settle down until well past midnight. Ning Yan urged me to sleep early. After all, we would be receiving guests tomorrow, and it would be tiring. I remember. Tomorrow is the day your younger brother, Ning Chen, returns. I turned over to look at him. How is your relationship with him? We share the same mother. I went into government service. He went into trade. He should have come back for my wedding, but I heard he was terribly ill and missed it. Then why is he coming back now? He's not young anymore. He's come back to discuss marriage. Ning Yan placed a hand over my eyes. Stop asking. Go to sleep. I was already exhausted and soon fell asleep. For some reason, I dreamed again of what had happened at the temple. That snowy night, so cold it made me tremble. I tilted my head back and met the benevolent gaze of the Buddha statue, so ashamed that I quickly looked away. Don't be afraid. You're my female bodhisattva too. Back then, Ning Yan's voice seemed slightly different from how it sounded later. I didn't dare look at him. Are you really a man of the Ning family? He cupped my face and stared at me. He opened his mouth, but his voice was strangely blurred. Elder sister, I'm from the Ning family. My name is Ning. I jolted awake. Ning Yan was sitting by the bed, staring at me coldly. My wife. Who are you dreaming of? Look at you, your face is red. I answered in a small voice. No, no one. Ning Yan's expression darkened. He got up and left. After lunch, I stood outside with my mother-in-law, Madame Ning, waiting for the second young master of the Ning family to return. Since ancient times, mothers have always favored their youngest sons. Madame Ning was no exception. She asked me that since I knew the day her younger son was returning, why Ning Yan hadn't taken leave to stay at home. My husband said there was nothing urgent at court today and that he would return early. She cast me a faint glance. So meek. Can't even keep your own man in line. Utterly useless. I didn't dare make a sound. Madame Ning doted on her younger son and was on poor terms with her eldest. That was why she had forced Ning Yan to marry early, hoping to bind him tightly through a wife. When I had first married into the family, she had even taught me methods for training a husband. But clearly, I lacked that ability. I couldn't bear to see Ning Yan in pain, and instead let him gain the upper hand time and again. Not long ago, I even heard servants saying that my mother-in-law was planning to find a wife for Ning Chen, and that under no circumstances could she choose another useless woman like me. I felt wronged as well. Despite marrying into the best family in the capital, I somehow managed to be disliked by both my husband and my mother-in-law. Ning Chen's carriage slowly came into view. I followed behind my mother-in-law, curious to see what Ning Chen looked like. After all, according to rumor, every man of the Ning family was exceptionally handsome. A hand with jade-like fingers lifted the carriage curtain. The man bent and stepped down, wrapped in a cloak over white robes. He walked quickly forward and threw himself into my mother-in-law's arms. Mother. I didn't even get a clear look at his face. But the voice was inexplicably familiar. It wasn't until my mother-in-law took his hand and turned to introduce me that she said, "This is your sister-in-law, Madame Shen." Only then did he look at me, and his lips stiffened. Our eyes met, both filled with shock. You actually look almost exactly like Ning Yan? My mother-in-law couldn't be bothered to respond to me. What, didn't your husband tell you? That he and Chen are twins? My heart began to race wildly. Ning Chen also froze in place, his face turning even paler as he stared at me in stunned confusion. Sister-in-law? You are my elder brother's wife? 3. Are you delirious from your illness? My mother-in-law reached out to check Ning Chen's forehead. Your sister-in-law is Ning Yan's wife. You even sent her a gift, have you forgotten? Ning Chen looked at me, his body swaying slightly as he clenched his fist hard. Sister-in-law, greetings. If I'd known earlier, I should have come back to congratulate you. My thoughts were in complete turmoil. I heard you were ill back then. Recovering was the most important thing. Your health comes first. Ning Chen gave a bitter smile. I was ill. Very ill. I couldn't find the medicine. He sounded so pitiful that my mother-in-law immediately went to hold him. All right, let's stop talking about it.
We're home now.
Everyone returned to the residence. As I stepped over the threshold, I nearly stumbled. It was him. It had to be him. The one who made me wait for him to come propose back then. Without a doubt, it was the second young master, Ning Chen. It was just that fate was cruelly coincidental. Ning Yan had also taken a liking to me. I was to blame for being too happy back then. I only saw my beloved arrive as promised. How could I have imagined it wasn't the same person? No wonder Ning Yan had tormented me for so many years. So it turned out I truly wasn't wronged at all. I was finished. If Ning Yan found out, even about someone who didn't exist, he wouldn't let it go. Now that there really was someone who knew how far he would go, it was over. Completely over. No wonder heaven struck me with thunder. Shen Lingyu? My mother-in-law called out to me. The wet nurse has brought Liner over. You're his mother, can't you see him? I snapped back to my senses. I saw my mother-in-law lift Liner and carry him over to Ning Chen. This is your nephew. Ning Chen looked at the baby in her arms. His expression shifted repeatedly, yet his voice betrayed no emotion. You've even had a child already. He raised his eyes to look at me. I dug my fingernails into my palm and forced a stiff smile. My mother-in-law laughed. Jealous? Your brother has already started a family. What about you? Is there someone you like? She suddenly leaned close to Ning Chen's ear and whispered something I couldn't hear. The tips of Ning Chen's ears reddened. He subconsciously looked at me. I quickly averted my gaze. Ning Chen pressed his lips together. Mother, I haven't done anything improper. In an instant, I realized what he meant. I felt like I was sitting on pins and needles. That's good. Since you haven't been fooling around outside, then your sister-in-law and I will properly look for a match for you. Madame Ning was in an unusually good mood. Thanks to your ancestress, the Ning family is the most desired marriage in the capital. Don't believe me? Ask your sister-in-law. When your brother came to propose back then, she agreed after just one meeting. Upon hearing this, Ning Chen looked at me. Is that so, sister-in-law? I nodded awkwardly again and again. Yes, yes. Seeing how spineless I was, my mother-in-law suddenly became dissatisfied again. Don't ask your sister-in-law. She only knows how to listen to your brother all day. Ning Chen's face turned deathly pale. He could no longer hold on and said he needed to go rest. Madame Ning doted on him dearly and told me to personally escort him to his quarters. So much for trying to avoid it. Along the way, Ning Chen followed behind me in silence, not saying a word. After I brought him to his residence, the attendants boiled water and prepared tea. Soon, there was no one left in the room. Second brother, if there's anything you're dissatisfied with, just send someone to let me know. Though I said that, I didn't dare stay any longer. Before I could even step out of the inner room, someone grabbed my wrist and pulled me back. What did you just call me? Second brother? Ning Chen frowned slightly, his eyes shimmering as his fingertips brushed over my lips. Female bodhisattva. I searched for you for so long. You knew my condition, yet you turned around and married someone else. How could you be so cruel? I had so much bitterness I couldn't even begin to explain. After a long pause, I finally squeezed out one sentence. I didn't do it on purpose. Ning Chen's gaze froze for a moment. Not on purpose? I clearly told you who I was and said I would come to propose. Yet you hurriedly left Jiangnan, and within days you were engaged to my elder brother. He lowered his head and leaned close to me, his voice filled with grief. I searched everywhere for you like a madman. When I was so sick I was on the brink of death because of you, what were you doing? His voice paused for a heartbeat. Were you with my brother? I'm sorry. I mistook you for him. I thought Ning Yan was you. He froze slightly. But you slept with me. How could you not tell the difference between me and him? My face burned with shame. I said softly. That night the candlelight was dim. I couldn't see clearly. Ning Chen let go of me. Then in that case, go back and tell him you married the wrong man. Tell him to switch places with me. I lowered my head and rubbed my wrist. If I dared say that, Ning Yan would kill me without hesitation. That won't work. Your brother can't live without me. I turned to leave, but he wrapped me tightly from behind. Ning Chen's body was burning hot. Then can I live without you? A cold dampness spread along the back of my neck. My constitution is the same as his. You feel sorry for him. Don't you feel sorry for me? He slowly raised his wrist. Countless scars covered it, shocking to the eye. You. My heart clenched painfully. These years without you by my side, I could only survive through self-harm. I thought you had deceived me, and I didn't even dare return home. Now that I've finally found you, his voice trembled. You saved me back then. Are you going to let me die now? The two brothers, not only did they look alike, even their words were the same. No wonder I couldn't tell them apart. I was torn beyond measure. Why your brother isn't someone to mess with? Ning Chen caught my hand and pressed it to his chest. You were meant to marry me in the first place. He took my place. That wasn't wrong. But still, seeing my hesitation, Ning Chen bit his lip and tested me. Are you really that afraid of him? I yanked my hand back. It's true, you heard what your mother said. I'm terrified of my husband. If you want me to go confess everything to him, that's absolutely impossible. I shoved him away and tried to flee. Terrified of your husband? That makes this even easier. Ning Chen firmly locked an arm around my waist. Sister-in-law surely doesn't want him to find out that your first time was with me, does she? I turned to look at him, utterly incredulous. How can you say something so despicable? Ning Chen's face stiffened, and he released my waist. You're saying I'm despicable? When we were together before the Buddha, you promised you would marry me. Now you abandon me after starting everything, and you call me despicable? A tear spilled from his eye. When Mother was here just now, I was afraid she would blame you, so I didn't dare say that I had lost my chastity. And you still call me despicable. He wiped away the tear from his cheek. Mother will find out about us sooner or later. The marriage talks won't go through either. I can't touch anyone but you. At this rate, I probably won't live much longer. And you still say I'm despicable. Madame Ning already disliked me. If she found out I'd ruined her youngest son, Ning Chen, I was wrong. He closed his eyes briefly, reined in his tears, then lifted my face and looked at me with deep emotion. Forget it. Enough about me. Does he treat you well? You care so much for him. I fell into silence. The things Ning Yan had done to me couldn't exactly be called kind. Suddenly, a sound came from outside the window. The eldest young master had arrived. I snapped back to my senses. It's Ning Yan. I hurriedly pushed the person in front of me away. Not far behind me, someone pushed the door open and stopped short.
You?
Why are you here? For Mother told me to bring second uncle back to rest. He said he didn't like this tea set, so I was going to exchange it, I said offhandedly. Tea set? Ning Yan walked over and took my hand. You're not a servant. Mother is always like this. He glanced casually at Ning Chen. You doesn't understand these things anyway. Have someone else handle it later. Ning Chen got up, looking at him, and said slowly, but sister-in-law promised to help me exchange it. Ning Yan froze. Then what set do you want? Ning Chen's gaze drifted downward, sweeping over our intertwined hands. The one used in brother's room is fine. Ning Yan didn't quite understand, but he still sent someone to fetch it. I quickly said, I'll go. You two catch up. It wasn't until past midnight that Ning Yan returned, saying Ning Chen had held him back and wouldn't let him go. He wanted to talk with me all night, but I simply couldn't sleep without you. Ning Yan crawled under the covers and tangled himself around me completely. Why are you ignoring me? Too tired today? Or did Mother scold you again? I turned my back to him.
No.
Ning Yan lifted the blanket and flipped over to face me. You've been acting strange today. What's wrong?
Tell me.
I met his eyes and hesitated for a moment. It's nothing much. I have a question. I'm just curious. About your family's illness. What if? Hypothetically, if that first girl disappeared, what would happen? Ning Yan looked puzzled. Wife, how could you disappear? I said hypothetically, and it might not even be you, I murmured, testing the waters. What if it's like one of those fleeting love stories in a romance tale? He reached out with his long arm and pulled me into his embrace. You really like to overthink. Ning family rules forbid casual intimacy. If someone starts something and then abandons it, how would they survive afterward? My heart lurched. And if that happened, there would be no way? Ning Yan said, then we'd have to wait until that person dies. But even if they die, you can't touch another woman. That won't work. I couldn't die. Ning Yan froze.
What?
Nothing. I curled up under the blanket, turning over.
Sleep.
Ning Yan silently pressed close. You've stolen all the blankets. I'm freezing to death. You say that every time. You should have gotten a bigger blanket already. Ning Yan hugged me tightly. I won't. Half asleep, I drifted off. In the middle of the night, someone whispered by my ear, You've kept me awake. You won't leave me, right? I unconsciously murmured. He immediately became excited, kissing and nuzzling me until the next day, and I was still groggy. When I went to see my mother-in-law, Ning Chen was there too. Madame Ning looked displeased the moment she saw me. Let him mess with you, all he wants. My face flushed instantly. Ning Chen quickly tried to smooth things over. Mother, don't be angry. Brother has found such a considerate wife. I'm even a little envious. He looked at me slowly. I was only worried about her, forget it. How did you come back looking so exhausted? She wanted to call the court physician, but Ning Chen wouldn't allow it. Madam Ning didn't know what to do with him, and, seeing me standing there, asked why I hadn't gone yet. Mother, I want to bring Shen back. He's been staying here with you for over a month. She looked at me impatiently. Children of the Ning family aren't raised by their mothers.
Didn't you know?
I froze. Ning Yan never told me this? You're still not leaving? Mother, I want to see Shen. Madam Ning said nothing. Then Ning Chen spoke. I want to see him too. I'll go with sister-in-law. Only then did my mother-in-law allow it. Outside, the bamboo leaves rustled, sunlight flickering through. Ning Chen walked beside me. Sister-in-law, Ning men are rather passionate. You should keep brother in check. My heart jumped. I glanced around. Seeing no one nearby, I scolded. Are you even allowed to say that? Ning Chen stopped, leaned closer, his voice tinged with resentment. I just don't want you to suffer later. I glared at him and turned to run. When we arrived, Shen was being well cared for, napping peacefully. Ning Chen sent everyone else away. Brother was raised by grandmother too, while I stayed with mother. Don't blame him, he just didn't think that far. I looked back at him. Thank you. Are you sincerely thanking me, or trying to push me away? Of course sincerely. Ning Chen lowered his head and looked at me earnestly. Then you know how to properly thank me. I stepped back slightly. He grabbed my wrist. Sister-in-law, you and him don't get along. The one you like is me. I tried to pull free, but he glanced at me and let go on his own, stumbling slightly. What's wrong? I'm in pain, sister-in-law. He clutched his chest, his knuckles white with tension. I'll go call the doctor. No, he grabbed my sleeve. What if someone finds out? What would you do? I held him. What about you? Ning Chen pressed against me, speaking weakly, eyelashes trembling. If you won't then, the kiss will do. That's not allowed. Before I could finish, a hand circled my waist, casting a shadow over my face. Before I could react, he leaned down and kissed me. I was shocked. Suddenly, a baby cried beside my ear. The child? The baby's crying. I shoved him away. Ning Chen was quick to admit his fault. Sister-in-law, I did something improper.
Scold me.
He was respectful. I had nothing to say. You should go. Taking advantage of the servants not noticing, I went inside to see the child. Ning Chen watched my back, slowly lowering his gaze, fingertips brushing his lips. The wet nurses and attendants entered. Second young master. Perfect timing. Go help madam. That voice, calm, controlled, completely different from before. I turned back. He had lifted the curtain and stepped out.
5.
Back in the main courtyard, thinking about Ning Chen's kiss, I still couldn't calm down. What are you spacing out for? Ning Yan appeared before I even noticed him. I scrambled to my feet. You're here. Why didn't you tell me earlier that the child would be raised elsewhere? Didn't I? He saw my stare linger on him, grabbed my hand, and said meaningfully, Perhaps I forgot. But you've been taking care of me so much already. How would you have time to look after him? I wasn't pleased. Mother scolded me again. Don't touch me tonight. Ning Yan toyed with my fingers. Why are you listening to her so obediently today? I was speechless. I couldn't exactly say that Ning Chen had said the same thing. But Ning Yan quickly shifted his attention. Why is your lipstick all smudged like this? He gently ran his fingertip over my lips. Sneaking any treats? I didn't sneak anything. Heavens, I was a bit on edge. My mind raced. After Ning Chen kissed me, I had been so dazed I'd completely forgotten to tidy myself up. Maybe it's from Shen. I'll wash my face. I don't mind. Ning Yan grabbed me, his gaze intense. If your son kissed it, let me try too. Before I could protest, he kissed me. My mind went blank instantly. That night, I had all kinds of nightmares. One moment, I was back at the Jiangnan temple. Ning Yan barged in halfway, sword in hand, murderous intent blazing. Let's die together. Don't think you can be with him. I shivered in fear. Just kill him. Don't kill me. Another moment, Ning Chen was gravely ill. The truth came out, and my mother-in-law stormed in, furious. Look at this. Who's the most capable woman in the Ning household? I thought it was me. And you, with your skinny arms and legs, actually slept with both my sons. Heavens. I quickly knelt down. I really didn't mean it. They just look so much alike. In a blink, Ning Chen and Ning Yan crowded in front of me again. Ning Yan coldly lifted my chin. You look closely. Is it really that hard to tell us apart? Ning Chen traced his fingers along my brows and eyes. Sister-in-law, are you blind? I focused and realized neither of them was wearing pants.
Ah.
I spun and ran, only to run into two children. Mother, do we look alike too? I hadn't recognized him yet. The boy beside him started hitting his head. Idiot, how many times have I told you? Call her aunt. I could no longer stand and fell backward. No, no. I shot upright, drenched in sweat. Everything around me was pitch black. Suddenly, someone embraced me from the side. What's wrong, you? Did you have a nightmare? I shivered in fright. Ning Yan patted my back gently. Don't be afraid. I'm here. My heart raced as I sank into his embrace. After that, I didn't even go out into the courtyard. Occasionally, if I ran into Ning Chen, I avoided being alone with him. But the Ning household was never quiet. Madame Ning held several flower banquets, inviting young ladies from prominent families. I couldn't avoid attending. Several times during these events, Ning Chen dragged me into the rock garden. Sister-in-law, one kiss scared you off. What if we did something more?
He pinned me down.
I had to placate him. Don't tell your brother. If you want, I'll give you a kiss. He'll find out eventually. Ning Chen got angry and kissed me harder. I had no choice but to blame the marks on my infant son. Ning Yan was also helpless. Such a bite? Luckily, you don't have to feed him yourself. Otherwise, would I have to eat the leftovers too? He looked at me accusingly. I blushed, heart racing, holding his head down with both hands. Stop talking nonsense. Many women in the capital wanted to marry into the Ning family, but Ning Chen couldn't favor a single one. Mother asked Ning Yan to sound him out. Ning Yan returned shortly after, looking extremely displeased. What happened? I helped him loosen his clothes. Ning Yan glanced at me, silent for a while. I asked him what type he liked. He said he likes someone like you. Ning Yan was scowling but oddly cute. Someone like you, where would I even find that? I hesitated. Second uncle, you're joking. What's so special about me? Ning Yan lowered his head and hugged me. You're perfect. Too perfect. Everyone else would be envious. My cheeks heated slightly. Ning Yan stared at me intensely. But if you weren't married yet, would you like Ning Chen? I was momentarily speechless. Of course not. Ning Yan studied me. Really? I nodded firmly. Really? I like you. He smiled, eyes curved, and leaned to whisper in my ear. I bought new clothes last night. Wear them for me. He kissed my cheek. The ones you wanted. I immediately understood. It was like a scene from an old storybook where I begged him to play along. Ning Yan had refused back then, saying it was too embarrassing. And now he agreed? My eyes lit up, heart racing. Although I had mistaken him for someone else before, I truly liked him better. Just then, a servant hurriedly reported that Ning Chen was sick. Ning Yan frowned. What kind of sickness? The servant hesitated. It seems that kind of illness. I panicked, dropping my coat on the ground. Ning Yan didn't even have time to care about it. He grabbed me, rushing to see Ning Chen. Before we entered, we heard my mother-in-law shouting. You're like this? And you lied to me? Tell me, who hurt you like this? I'll go settle it with her. I wanted to escape. But Ning Yan dragged me inside. Seeing us, Madame Ning got even more agitated. If you're too embarrassed to tell me, tell your brother and sister-in-law. They'll find the person for you. Ning Chen looked nothing like his usual elegant self. His hands and feet were tightly bound, sweat soaking his hair. I felt my heart ache. Ning Chen instinctively looked at me, and I froze.
She's gone.
I don't know her, don't bother. I pressed my lips together. Madame Ning wiped her tears. How can you not look? The doctor said at this rate, you won't live long. Tell me, where is she from? Ning Yan sat beside Ning Chen. Tell your brother what's going on between you and her. Ning Chen glanced at me calmly. When I was doing business in Jiangnan, I stayed briefly at a temple. Someone with ill intent drugged me, and I escaped to the Buddha Hall, where I met her. The Buddha Hall? There wasn't even a proper bed. You were too careless. Ning Yan spoke sharply, for no reason. I wasn't careless, Ning Chen interrupted. I told her I would marry her. She liked me and agreed. I felt completely lost. Ning Yan stood and glared at him coldly. A verbal promise means nothing. Ning family rules. Consummation only happens on the wedding night. Doing such shameless things. Of course, you'd be tricked. Ning Chen suddenly blushed with shame and anger. Go. All of you leave. Madame Ning hurriedly tried to calm him and was about to take us away. But Ning Chen called out to me, Sister-in-law, stay. My heart skipped a beat. Why call my name in front of everyone? Ning Yan blocked me, expressionless. What are you trying to do? Ning Chen, struggling for breath, said, What can I do? She's also a woman. I want to ask if I was really deceived. Ning Yan confronted him for a moment, but finally stepped aside. The door closed. I rushed over and supported Ning Chen. Are you okay? How did it get so bad? I reached to touch his forehead. Would a kiss for me help? Just as I was about to kiss him, Ning Chen leaned back. Did you deceive me back then? He looked me in the eyes, red-rimmed. If you did, I'll accept it. I stared into those eyes and remembered the first snowy night. It had been breathtaking. Ning Chen, I didn't deceive you. That was also the first time I did something so bold. I lowered my head. But I'm already married to your brother. Even if I could be heartless, we still have a child. He didn't move for a long while. I lifted my head to look at him. But rest assured, I won't abandon you. If a kiss helps, I'm willing. No use. Ning Chen's tone was cold. You have to sleep with me. I froze. That's strict? Just using your hand.
No.
Ning Chen didn't look at me again, issuing a clear order. Go. Since I couldn't help, I left, burdened with worry. Finished talking? Ning Yan was waiting at the door. I was startled. You didn't leave? I was waiting for you. How could I leave? Ning Yan's gaze was dark, intense, fixed on me. As the tangled tensions of the Ning household continued to unfold, Ayu found herself caught between duty, desire, and the fragile lives around her. The next chapter plunges us deeper into the consequences of love, loyalty, and unexpected revelations. 6. I was still trembling from fear. Thankfully, nothing had happened inside. You should go back first. I still have things to discuss with Ning Chen. So I left. But I didn't go straight home. Instead, I went to the Ning family ancestral hall and sincerely offered an incense stick. Ning family matriarch, you probably didn't expect this situation either. But no matter what, I hope you protect Ning Chen, don't let him die. If anything happened to Ning Chen, I would never be at peace. That night, after Ning Yan finished talking to me, he got up, blew out all the lamps, and prepared to leave. What are you doing? He glanced back at me. Changing clothes.
Excuse me.
I remembered the matter from earlier in the day, but had lost interest. Another time, then. Second uncle is still unwell, and if we play now, mother will scold me again. Ning Yan's voice came and went, near and far. You only say you've lost interest now, isn't that wasting my effort? I was about to call him back, lifting the bed curtain, only to find Ning Yan climbing up. Bathed in moonlight, I saw him clearly and my breath caught. He was wearing nothing but minimal clothing and handcuffs and ankle chains. Are you not cold? I stammered. He shook his head, then lowered his gaze, the corners of his eyes red. I hurriedly helped him up. Inside the darkened curtain, the space was dim and hard to distinguish. I really like your little bell. Hearing me, he lifted his chin, letting me touch it. Truly obedient. I couldn't resist pushing him down and kissing his neck. Little dog, why aren't you speaking? Shy? The man beneath stiffened slightly, gripping the blanket. I knew Ning Yan had a temper. Then I'll do it myself. Seeing him like this for the first time felt exhilarating. I couldn't get enough, and we played until nearly dawn. Exhausted, I finally collapsed. When I woke, Ning Yan was wiping me down. I can barely keep my eyes open, I murmured. You're up so early? Ning Yan asked unexpectedly. Did you enjoy last night? Quite. I held his fingers. We should try more in the future. He withdrew his hand, stood, and dipped the cloth in water, voice calm. You can't play too much with a naughty dog.
What?
I didn't understand. Nothing. He sat on the edge of the bed, touched my forehead. Lie down. I want to see if last night hurt you in the dark. I obeyed, but I was too tired and soon fell asleep again. When I woke, it was afternoon. I heard that Ning Yan had found a secret remedy for Ning Chen, and he was improving. I wanted to see him, but the timing wasn't right. He was still asleep. I asked the household doctor for the prescription, thinking Ning Yan might need it later. Where did this recipe come from? It's just medicine I take regularly. Ning Yan wasn't pleased. Why are you checking on him? I nestled into him. With everything going on at home, I'm worried too.
He won't die.
Ning Yan held my hands. I won't allow you to see him.
All right.
I took his hand. I think I hurt your wrist last night. I got some ointment. I paused. Why isn't it injured? Ning Yan pulled his hand away. I faked it. Not that easy to get hurt. I wanted to check further, but he scooped me up horizontally. I don't mind pain. Next time, use more force, I like it. You said that yourself. I wrapped my arms around him. Still, inside the curtain, Ning Yan mostly led, only occasionally letting me take part. I asked him why. He brushed it off. A naughty dog gets boring if played with too much. Hearing that clearly stung. Why do you call yourself that? Ning Yan reassured me. Don't take it to heart. It's a pet name. You can call me that too. But during those nights, he refused to speak. Even if I accidentally hurt him, only muffled sounds escaped. I'll light a lamp. He held me tight. If you don't, I'll just be more careful. I kissed him gently. Ning Yan, I still don't want to call you that. I like you, you're a cute little dog. Unexpectedly, he looked at me and suddenly cried. I tried to comfort him, but he caught me off guard, pinned me down, and bit my chest. A true act of biting the hand that feeds. The next day, it still hurt. Ning Yan asked what was wrong. I pulled him to the bed, showing him the bite marks. It's your fault. You bit too hard. His expression darkened instantly. He applied medicine, then left hurriedly for business. With nothing else to do, I went to see Ning Chen. Just as I reached the window, I heard a sharp crack inside. You think you're a dog acting like that? Ning Yan? Here? I froze. Then Ning Chen's voice sounded. Brother, hitting me over such a small thing? The clatter of broken cups followed. I hit this scoundrel. Ning Yan's voice sneered. If she likes it, that's fine, Ning Chen replied. The noise intensified. I rushed in, finding the table overturned, the room in chaos, and Ning Chen on the floor. What's happening? I grabbed Ning Yan. His illness just got better. How can you hit him? Ning Yan clenched his fists. He did wrong. As his elder brother, I'm teaching him a lesson. He glanced at me coldly. Worried about him? I was stunned. Husband, Madame Ning arrived soon after, scolding Ning Yan and punishing him to kneel in the ancestral hall. I stayed, meeting Ning Chen's gaze. It had been nearly a month. Autumn was approaching. He wore thick clothing, his neck fully covered. Your illness better now? He nodded, eyes fixed on me. Thanks for your concern, sister-in-law. What were you saying just now? I've never seen my husband so angry. Nothing. Ning Chen lowered his gaze. I didn't press. Are your injuries serious? He stepped back, wary of my approach. Not serious. I made a ginseng soup. Don't know if you drink it? His eyes brightened slightly.
Sure.
I served it personally. Second uncle, can you plead with mother? Make him kneel less. Ning Chen hesitated, then whispered. I understand. I finally left, relieved. Night fell, but Mother wouldn't relent. I worried and went to the ancestral hall to see Ning Yan. The main hall was dim, dozens of flickering candles arranged at different heights. Ning Yan knelt at the center, perfectly straight. I sneaked in quietly. I brought you bedding. Make do for now. Ning Yan looked at me. I'm being punished. Can't slack off. You should go. I thought he was too obedient, so I knelt beside him. I'll stay with you. He couldn't bear me suffering and reluctantly let me share the floor with him. I lifted my chin, watching him. Ning Yan, I don't know why you hit him, but as your wife, I'll stand by you. Ning Yan's eyes widened, staring at me, slowly reddening. Only you treat me well. He hugged me suddenly, burying his head, voice muffled. Don't leave, never leave. The Ning ancestors are watching. I raised my voice, glancing around. I swear I won't leave Ning Yan. No thunder this time. Only candlelight reflected in our eyes. After a long moment, Ning Yan grabbed my waist, leaned down, facing me. I haven't been with you outside yet.
Ah?
I was confused. How this isn't proper, they're watching. But Ning Yan was insistent.
No.
Whatever others have, I must have too. I didn't know who he meant, and after being with Ning Chen, I had caught a chill. It was unwise. Ning Yan, you're bullying me? A gust of wind swayed the candlelight. A long shadow fell across the floor. I turned. It was Ning Chen. I didn't notice when he came. He held a lamp, watching the scene. Apologies for disturbing your fun, brother. But you can take sister-in-law back to rest now. Ning Yan stopped fooling around, lifted me, and brushed past Ning Chen without a word. I lay in Ning Yan's arms, glancing back. Ning Chen followed, holding the lamp for us. We met eyes. He raised the light slightly and smiled. I froze. His sleeve slipped, revealing a red mark on his wrist. Before I could look further, Ning Yan carried me inside. He resumed earlier actions, but I was distracted. A few days later, I took the prescription to a doctor. The doctor was surprised. This is a male contraceptive formula. Contraceptive? I nearly collapsed. Ning Yan, how could he do such a thing? I returned to the mansion, dazed, and met Ning Chen. Sister-in-law, what's wrong? Your face. I slowly stopped, raised my hand, and slapped him. You scoundrel. Ning Chen held his face, looking wronged. What did I do wrong? Mother-in-law arrived and witnessed it, utterly furious. Heavens! Are you blind? This isn't your husband. Your second uncle hit just like that.
8.
I didn't care to think too much, and went back to my room. For once, no one came to disturb me. I guessed Ning Chen must have blocked his mother, but I had no desire to thank him. My mind was full of Ning Yan. How could he do this to me? Was it only to save his brother? And when did he even learn about my past with Ning Chen? Why did he act this way? On what authority did he think he could? Watching the sky, I realized Ning Yan would return soon. I slowly opened the door and had Ning Chen called over. Sister-in-law. He came quickly. I shouldn't have hit you earlier. Let me apply some medicine, so it won't leave a mark. Ning Chen froze as I led him into the inner room. I leaned close to him. No medicine?
I can just blow on it for you.
Ning Chen stared. All right. I took the chance to push him down, and as he struggled to rise, I held him firmly in place. What are you pretending for? I gripped his chin. Weren't you enjoying it before? Ning Chen stiffened. You knew? I let go, letting my fingers slide down into his collar. I actually realized long ago. I feel more in sync with you, don't you think? Ning Chen could hardly believe it. Really? I tapped his cheek, raising my brow. This time there's no need to hold back. You must behave properly. He seemed moved, pulling me close, whispering near my ear. I will take good care of you.
Heat rose in my chest.
The bed curtains seemed to steam around us. When Ning Yan returned, he caught us in the act. His hand froze mid-lift on the curtain, his face drained of color, lips trembling. In broad daylight, you dare to seduce her? You shameless wretch, you scoundrel. He yanked Ning Chen off the bed, but didn't reveal that I had taken the initiative. As I dressed to leave, Ning Yan casually grabbed a tea tray, ready to throw it at Ning Chen. Stop. My light words made them both halt. I walked slowly, stopping in front of Ning Yan. Tears streamed down his face as he stared at me. AUY? I raised my hand high and delivered a sharp, resounding slap, strong enough that Ning Yan nearly lost his balance. He looked at me in disbelief, slowly turning his head. You hit me for him? I drew a deep breath, grabbed his collar, and ground out through clenched teeth. What do you take me for? Sending a man into my bed? Ning Yan froze. After a long moment, he recovered slightly, stammering, it's not what you think. I ignored him and walked away. Ning Yan chased after me, holding me tightly. I was wrong. I just heard him say that the man you wanted to marry from the start wasn't me. I feared the truth being revealed. I feared you leaving me. I feared Mother forcing you to save him. He began to cry uncontrollably. I know I was wrong. I'm so upset too. I shoved him away. But that doesn't give you the right to do this. I took out the divorce document and placed it on the table. Ning Yan, our marriage ends here. He picked up the thin paper, staring at me blankly. You swore you'd never leave me. A dull pain pierced my chest. It doesn't count anymore. Ning Yan froze completely. Just as I was about to leave, he tore the paper to pieces. If you divorce me, I'll die with Xianer in my arms. I turned around, disbelief written all over me. Was having a child back then just to threaten me? Ning Yan slowly knelt, looking up at me, his eyes and nose red from crying. I was just afraid you would leave me.
9.
I returned temporarily to my parents' home. Mother asked what had happened, but I couldn't bear to explain. She wanted to take my brother and confront the Ning family. But before they could leave, someone arrived from the Ning household. It was Ning Yan bringing a substantial gift to apologize. Mother came to persuade me. After all, they were husband and wife. Everything should be discussed properly. I think your husband is a good man. After saying this, she left, and Ning Yan entered. I sat on the bed, fuming. Sister-in-law? He appeared suddenly. I was startled and quickly covered his mouth.
Why you?
Ning Chen blinked innocently. Brother is home, holding the child and crying. I sneaked over to see you. I coldly withdrew my hand. You're no good either. Ning Chen lowered his head, eyes slightly wet. I know in your heart. I can't compare to him. Maybe brother was right. I didn't respect myself, shouldn't have given myself to you without status. In this lifetime, I'll never have that status. Guilt tightened in my chest. Ning Chen, I wronged you. Don't let his words matter. He suddenly gathered my fingertips, placing them gently over his heart. If you want to leave brother and don't mind, can I accompany you properly? I was shocked. Are you insane? This is my house. He leaned close to my ear. Exactly, because it's your house, no one will know. I've already told your mother. I'll stay with you a few more days. My heart raced. Stay with me for a few more days? His hands began to wander. I want to be a proper husband for a few days. He wasn't joking. He truly stayed in my room. I slept in the bed, he on the couch. Everyone assumed he was the Ning family's eldest son, seeing us as a loving couple. Out in public, Ning Chen often made me call him husband. I couldn't correct him in front of others. If I returned to my room, he would take advantage. Several times, I sneaked into bed with him at night. One night, I was very thirsty. Ning Chen fed me water. You've stayed 6 days already. If your brother comes, you should go back. He wouldn't dare say anything as long as you don't divorce him. I was taken aback.
He's not that kind of man.
Ning Chen brushed his fingertip across my lips, a suggestive gesture. Sister-in-law, do you think he really doesn't know? I remained silent. I had planned to stay at my parents' home for a while, but Ning Chen insisted on staying, and Mother didn't understand what I was doing. They're so close, still not returning? I had no words. Eventually, a servant let it slip that the eldest Ning son was staying with me. Madame Ning came in forcefully. My son locked himself up, crying, refusing to eat. And she doing this? Let's see who's responsible. Mother, honest as ever, hadn't seen such a scene. There must be a misunderstanding. Go get the young lady and her husband. I packed, planning to escape, but Ning Chen boldly walked us out. Mother, it's me. Madame Ning froze, slightly opening her mouth. Mother signaled. In-laws, see. Madame Ning looked at us, suddenly grabbing Ning Chen, forcing a strained smile. When did you leave? I didn't see you. She glanced at my mother. It's a misunderstanding. This is really my eldest son. Mother stayed to feed her. Madame Ning bent over violently, coughing uncontrollably. I can't. I seem to have caught a chill. I'm old, and the sickness hit hard. You too. Quickly take me back or I'll die here. Ning Chen hurriedly supported her. Madame Ning didn't forget to pull me along. The carriage back was eerily quiet. Madame Ning scrutinized me. I truly underestimated you, Shen Lingyu. I lowered my head, unable to speak. Ning Chen protected me. Mother, this isn't her fault. But Madame Ning, unusually stern, slapped him, making his head hit the carriage wall. How did I teach you? How can you be so shameless? Ning Chen didn't dare speak. I watched, stunned. When she reached for me, I closed my eyes tightly. Mother, don't hit me. She grabbed my hand, circling my wrist tightly, but made no move.
Too thin.
Later you need to strengthen your body, or I fear you won't withstand their antics. I froze. I didn't mean it. Madame Ning smiled, withdrawing her hand. Didn't I tell you? Ning family daughters-in-law are all formidable. You're unusually gentle. But no one has done this before. I must have misjudged you before. She surveyed me from head to toe. Want me to give you a tip? Come closer, whisper in my ear.
10.
Several days later, I saw Ning Yan again. He was holding Xianer in one arm while riding with the other. Seeing me enter, he hurriedly put down the brush. You're back? He handed me the child. I brought Xianer close to me. I thought you might not want to see me. Maybe you just wanted to see him. I had the servants take the child downstairs. Ning Yan, about the divorce? He bit his lip tightly, raising his bloodshot eyes to mine. I beg you, don't divorce me. He grabbed my sleeve and wouldn't let go. You can make me do anything you want. I lowered my gaze to his hand and suddenly placed mine over it. I've changed my mind. I won't divorce you. Ning Yan's expression shifted from sorrow to joy. Really? I nodded seriously. He lifted me in delight. I looped my arms around his neck. Let me think, it's almost the 7th day. You've missed me too, haven't you? A rare blush appeared on his face. I thought you wouldn't even remember me. I winked at him, and he carried me back to the room. What surprised him, though, was that Ning Chen was there, drinking tea. What are you doing here? Ning Chen's face reddened slightly. Sister-in-law asked me to wait here. Ning Yan ground his teeth in anger. Wait for what?
To die?
I told him to come. Ning Yan froze. I jumped down from his arms. You two are about the same. If we wait another half hour, neither of you would make it. They exchanged glances, then looked at me. You, what exactly are you trying to do? Sister-in-law, why didn't you discuss this with me first? I took a deep breath and used the trick mother had taught me. Whoever wants to be little? The words stunned everyone. Shen Lingyu, say that again. Ning Yan's face darkened instantly. Ning Chen's expression froze. Can I? But Ning Yan's anger cut him off. No, you can't either. I didn't dare look at Ning Yan, silently stepping back into the inner room. Whoever wants to be little today may come in first. I closed the door. Outside, the sound of struggling and fighting continued. I'm willing. Why can't I go? Did you take the medicine? Don't hurt her. I took it before coming. You wretch. Even dying you ruin me. You snatched my man first. She said she's more compatible with me. That means you're little. You're lying. I'll tell mother. You're bullying me. I didn't listen, climbed onto the bed, and began deep breathing. I waited quietly. Time passed unbearably slowly. Outside, their growing desire sapped their strength, leaving only weak struggles. Brother, I was wrong, really. Let me in. Sister-in-law's still waiting. Ning Chen crawled desperately, his voice breaking. Ning Yan clutched his ankle, barely holding on, his voice ragged. Don't even think about it. Even if I die, you'll never have status. I, draped in a robe, leaned against the door, looking down at them. I let my fingertips hover, tracing back and forth. Is it you? Ning Chen craned his neck to see me, extending his long arm to tug at my skirt. It's me. Ning Yan struggled to lift his head, gazing at me with unfocused eyes. Hey you. Night was at its peak. The spilled tea gleamed on the floor, reflecting the moonlight in fragments. I sipped some ginseng tea and poured it gently into Ning Yan's half-conscious mouth. He slowly woke.
You?
Panic in his voice. Why am I here? I tenderly wiped his sweat. Darling, you were in a coma. I detoxed you, but your body is still weak. Ning Yan sat up, surveying the room, slowly exhaling. I must have had a terrible nightmare. I wrapped my arms around his back, gently patting him. Don't be afraid. It's over now. You're the rightful wife. Ning Yan froze.
What?
He glanced around. Ning Chen? Where is he? I swung up onto him, sitting on his lap, and rested my hands lightly on his shoulders. He's long gone. How can you be so dazed? Ning Yan gazed at me, a glint in his eyes. Hesitating, he finally pulled me into his embrace. Our chests pressed together. So, if I'm the rightful wife, you can only love me. Treat him as a toy. He spoke for a long half-hour. Everything Ning Chen had done with me, past and future, had to be repeated with him. All first would belong to him. Certain things could only be with him, never Ning Chen. You can't call him husband. I heard about it. I was hurt. Though sleepy, I propped my chin up, staring at him intently, nodding repeatedly. And, from the creator's perspective, sometimes the most thrilling part isn't the battles, the betrayals, or even the stolen kisses. It's the quiet, absurd little moments that make the heart pound. So here we are, after nights of scheming, jealousy, and secret medicine, with 2 men, 1 clever woman, and a house full of chaos. Ayu has finally claimed her place, but the game isn't over. It's just shifted. The tea is cooled, the moonlight still casts shadows, and Ning Yan's stubborn heart is finally tamed for now. And Ning Chen? Well, he's learned that in love, as in life, timing is everything, and sometimes being the toy isn't the worst fate after all. Who knows what mischief tomorrow will bring? One thing certain, in the Ning household, quiet nights are a myth, and hearts will keep racing long after the candles burn out.